Hi, what does Apple really sell? So, welcome to this season of How They Make Money, where we explore how different brands in the world that you know make money, what you see, and the ones you don't see behind the scene. So, but really, think of it. What does Apple really sell? Everybody knows about the iPhone, the iMac, the Mac, the iPad, and the likes. But in business, there are 7 things that any brand sells. Either you are on the streets hawking cassava, banana, or you are in Silicon Valley selling softwares, products, conquering the moon, going to the stars, whatever you are doing, there are only 7 things that businesses sell. Most people are only aware of the first two, which is product and services. But really, there are 5 other things that these businesses stack together to create massive revenue. So it's not that you're not putting in efforts, it's that sometimes they know how to stack these 5 other things together to make money. So this video is showing you how different brands in the world, in this series, make money from what you see and what you do not see. So, what are the 7 things, and how does Apple really stack them together? So, in business, you can sell products. You can see Apple sells iPad, MacBook, Apple Watches, etc. All those things you can physically touch. Yeah, right. Now, Apple sells services. Maybe your phone has some issues. I feel like let me walk into the store, just repair it or exchange it for for a better one. But what are the other 5? You can sell access, you can sell attention, you can sell money, risk, or brand. And I'm going to walk you through how Apple sell these things and how any brand can do it. And of course, I'm going to show you which brand are doing it too. So access is like selling. If you have real estate, that's access. You are selling access to that property. And all these things exist both in digital and physical form. Now, if you're looking at Netflix, Netflix has a library of content. So what they sell? They sell access. So access is their primary business. But how does Apple sell access? Guess. Boom. iCloud. So Apple put in so much effort to design this phone that you will love to take pictures with them. You want to take pictures, videos, but what happens? Your device cannot store so much of them. So what do you need? You need storage. So Apple is so clever that you have to pay for this storage not once but continuously. So Apple sells you access by giving you access to cloud storage for something you'd always want to do. Of course, don't worry, in season 2 we'll dive into the mechanism of all of this. But this is one is purely exposing what you don't see. Now, Apple says attention. Attention works like maybe you have a billboard and somebody pays money to show their business on that billboard. So that's attention, eyeballs. Facebook charges people to show their brands to the users. That's attention. But how does Apple sell attention to people? You want to take a guess? Let's see. Apple Store sponsored placements. So they monetize developers targets using search keywords. So Apple have an ecosystem of developers that's that works in the Apple ecosystem. So if you have a product that you want to sell to these developers, you have something to share with them, you can use the sponsored placement in Apple Store. Yeah, right. Yeah, money. So money is the only thing Apple doesn't sell here. But let me give you an example of what money will look like. Banks sell money in physical form. When you give your money to bank will likely promise you an interest rate, maybe 10% yield, 18% yield at the end of the year. But When somebody is coming to bank to borrow that same money from the bank loan the money to them at a higher interest rate, meaning that when they are paying the money back, the difference between what they are paying you and what they are charging them is their profit. That's money in physical form. But digital form is cryptocurrencies, or sometimes maybe you sell gift card. That's the form of digital form of selling money. So any brand can sell money, of course, but don't worry, I'll show you in later videos where you see brand small and big and medium are using strategies to sell money, which you can also adopt in your business. Now, Apple sells brand, Apple sells risk. Can you guess what risk is about? Simply put, risk is simply saying guarantee. For example, let's say you sell digital services and you know that if you don't ask for somebody, they will get leads. But what customer wants is that they want close deals. You can sell them the guarantee. Guarantee is like saying, I will take on the risk for you. So can you pay more for it? Today in your business, you're actually selling the risk, but you don't know. So instead of just giving away that service for free, monetize the risk. I will send you customers, or I will also guarantee that they work in close. That's guarantee. So you make that one a special deal that only people that can afford to pay for that risk will buy from you. So, but how does Apple, which is our main subject today, how does Apple sell risk? Boom, Apple Care Plus. I mean, these guys are so brilliant. Imagine this for a second. Walk into an Apple store, you want to pick a phone, and right there, as you're about to pay for the service for the phone, tell you, oh, don't pay yet. What if your phone maybe gets damaged, maybe during the year or something happens to your phone? Do you want a chance to be able to come in here and get it fixed for you? It's not happening yet, but you're going to foresee a future where the likelihood of your phone having issues is possible. So what do? They tell you to opt in for Apple Care Plus, where either you're working for a repair for free or you're working to change the device. So what will you do as an Apple lover? Of course, you want to pay for Apple Clear device protection. And what happens? They make money and a premium now, which is what people have said sell you insurance do. The risk is not happening yet, but I'm just telling you that in case this thing happens, let's insure you. So Apple is selling insurance here that your device is protected, and even if it gets damaged, you can come in without panic and change it immediately. What a life! So Apple sell risk, copying insurance company. Have you paid someone before for insurance? So you see that they are selling you risk, and I think that's the biggest business in the world. One of the biggest business in the world. It's one of the oldest business in the world. Yeah. So brand. This one will be surprising to many people because this is interesting to see. How does Apple sell brand? Of course, you might say Apple is a brand, they sell class, but let me show you this example here. How does Apple sell brand? And how can you do it in your business? This is it. Default search licensing. You see, Apple collects billions of dollars from Google every year so that Google can remain the search provider on their Safari iOS. Means that deliberately, Apple did not put their own search engine out on the iOS. So what happened? They let Google remain the search engine that is default, but Google has to pay them that money. So for you, in your business, all of these things is possible. Just that sometimes you've not thought about it or not even heard about it. So you are limiting your business to just selling services or products. But there's this other end of the equation that if you start together can make the same efforts legally feel so illegal to make money in. So the same people today in Silicon Valley are selling the same thing you are selling, the same time, the same hour, the same efforts, but they know how to stack things together. So below in this video, we will give you all of the steps, or all of the products, or the services and things that you can sell, and how you can apply them to what you do today in business. And if you want to Learn more about different brands that do it. Check the comment section. You will see the link to the case study, breaking it down, and under which condition can you sell services, can you sell access, attention, money, and what do you need to have in your business. Trust me, you just need to take one of them, of this other five, and you will start to unlock cash flow immediately. See you next time when we talk about Netflix. Bye for now. Again, do you now know what Apple really sells?